Hello, welcome to this video. I'm Dr. Robert Jason Grant, and I'm going to share with you today some resources and just kind of highlight using different types of projective cards in therapy work with kids and teens. This is really interesting because it's kind of one of my favorite things to do. And I think it's one of my favorite things to do because I like to do it on myself. This is something that I would enjoy as a therapeutic process. It really speaks to my brain and just something that I connect with. So I've done a lot of things like this just with myself and on myself throughout the years, and then introduce it in my work with kids and teens if it seems like it's something that's a good fit for them. Not everybody connects with this kind of process of sort of projective type cards and looking at things in an abstract way, kind of trying to connect them to yourself or your life. Other kids maybe really like it and it really works for them. Usually I'm getting a good feel for my clients, kind of know who they are, how their brains work before I would introduce something like this. So I have a pretty good idea when I introduce it to a client that they are going to connect with this. So let's look at a few examples. One that I think is pretty popular is the Rhodes deck of projective cards. And I think all of these company product cards you can find online pretty easily. So the road projective cards, as you may have guessed, all have some kind of road on them. And there's a bunch of cards in here, actually, but they have different looks. And there are instructions for how to use these formally when you buy the deck of cards. Of course, it comes with here's how you can use this deck of cards. And sometimes I follow those guidelines, instructions, and oftentimes I don't. I'm really bad about following instructions. Usually I just want it to be a little bit more organic. And what I do is I say, okay, let's look through these cards. And I just want you to pick out ones that you feel like you connect with for some reason. Like something about it reminds you of you or your life right now. And just put those aside. Just go through and put aside on one side things that just don't connect with you at all, and on the other side things that do. And then we kind of start to narrow it down. And I will say, let's pick like five that you feel like you're really connecting with right now. And then once they have that done, I asked them to share why. So maybe they picked this card and then they would share why and what they're thinking about it. That one's really upside down. Of course, it could be upside down, and that's okay if they're viewing it that way. And then we go through and just talk about each card and they share what they want to share. Sometimes I do this intervention with them. So I'll pick cards as well. And then I might go first, again, just to kind of model and share why I chose that card and how it means something to me in terms of what's going on in my life currently or how I'm feeling about myself or my life. So the roads cards are good for that. I also found these meditation cards. They're just called meditation cards. They come in a deck like the roads cards. Looks like they're from Mindful Escapes. If you're wanting to try to find these Mindful Escapes meditation cards. Now, they are true meditation cards in the sense that they also have instructions for how to use them. And on the back of each card, there's sort of meditative thoughts. So you can use them in that way. I got them mostly, if I'm being honest, because I just wanted the picture parts of the cards, because I wanted to use them again, kind of like the Rhodes projective cards, where we would go through pretty much the same instructions that I just told you with the Rhodes cards. Pick ones that seem to be connecting with you about yourself or your life right now. And then we'll go through and we'll talk about those. And they've got some really cool images, and there's a lot. One nice thing about these decks is you get a lot of pictures. So, and there's a nice variety. And I think that's really good when you're trying to do something like this. There are other brands out there, I'm sure. It's probably ones I don't know anything about. You can find other things like this. Sometimes you can find them online as well. Another way you can do this is you can make your own. And that's what's in the Ziploc bag. A friend of mine, actually, many years ago, made these, made their own, and then just laminated them. And I have kept this deck throughout the years, and I have used it so many times in the same way that we're talking about. Now, these cards have like a picture, and then they have like some of them have writings on them or a saying. And these were just made. You can't like buy these anywhere. They just found different images or phrases, or they made their own. You could make your own on Canva or some program like that now, which didn't exist then, or find things online, have a whole bunch of them, and just laminate them. Have your own deck. And so I'll bring this out, and it's the same instruction that I just went through with the others. So I just have a few different resources I can use if I feel like this kind of activity would be helpful or useful in our therapy work. I think I use it mostly with teens, I would say, older kids and teens. It is really interesting to do this intervention with my neurodivergent older kids and teens because sometimes they really connect to a visual, and then it helps them really describe something that they're thinking or feeling about their life right now. And then that sometimes gives me information I did not know, and also gives us something to discuss and process more that's really important to be discussing and processing for their mental health. So hopefully you got some ideas here. Definitely resources. There's again probably more you can find, but this would get you started. And I like these. Make your own version as well is another option. Thanks for watching this video. Please give it a like. Please subscribe to the AutPlay YouTube channel and come back and watch more clips. Take care. Bye.